Where are you? I can't see you.
I know, Chad. How come we can't see him?
Hit the video icon again.
Hit the video icon, John.
Oh my God! It's too technologically advanced for me.
You are.
That's good stuff.
You are absolutely the best.
That is so crazy. Hello, and welcome to the Jimmy Star Show, Mr. John Barrowman. We're very happy to have you.
Thank you for having me. Yay!
Have you listened to any of the crazy shows so far?
What, you mean, have I done research?
No, have you listened to us? We've been on an hour.
I have been busy doing other things.
Okay.
Well, excuse me.
No,
busy
I don't mean that in a bad way. I've actually been, because I've been trying to arrange, there's a young kid called Dowie, and he's from Wales, and I'm trying to arrange with British Airways his flight, because I'm going to take care of his flights to fly him over to the States, because he's having an operation that will basically allow him to walk again. So, and
so you're a humanitarian as well.
I'm a fairy godfather. I was going to say godfather, but a fairy godfather.
Listen, John.
No, we have to do introductions.
I'm Ron Russell.
Hang
He's
on,
Jimmy
no,
Star.
wait.
Here we
Okay,
go.
let me introduce you, everybody. First of all, we have my co-host, who's also my husband, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, John.
Hi, Ron.
We have the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
John, welcome to the show, sir.
Hi, Chad.
We have a chat room literally filled with people that have been in there for an hour waiting for you. Tons of them. So say hello to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everybody in the chat room. Keep your clothes on, please.
And give a special shout out to Crystal, who actually, as we played a bunch of your music videos, and she said that you were so inspiring. You helped her lose 250 pounds, and she's really cool. She's in the chat room, so give a shout out to Crystal.
Shout out to Crystal. I normally don't do shout outs because, see, now Crystal got a shout out. Every person in that chat room will want a shout out. So shout out to everybody. Yay!
We always pick out one or
smart.
two, and as other ones come on. So
Now, in the first hour of the show, I watched your video.
we played a bunch of your videos for
Of
everybody.
you singing. And after the video was over, I said, he's not so hot. So what? He's gorgeous. He's got a gorgeous body. He can sing. He can act. He's in theater. He's in movies. What's so hot about him? But can he cook?
You want to know something?
Can you cook? Can you cook?
I can cook. I actually have a cookbook.
You go, I hate your guts.
You
Get
have a
off the
cookbook?
show.
Wait, no, hold on one. Don't move. I'm still talking to you.
He's going to go
He
get
made
his
me
cookbook.
curse. He made me say,
I gotta get somebody. I gotta get my
I don't
cookbook.
believe this guy. He does everything. He's amazing. Holy smokes.
hell is it?
Cookbook too.
Scott! Oh, there it is. There it is. Got it. No, this is what's funny. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
This was an idea of my niece's who one Christmas she decided she wanted to gather all the kind of family recipes that my mom, my grandmothers, my aunts and uncles, my brother, sister, everybody had done. And so she gave it to me as a gift because she always says, Uncle John, you're the hardest person to buy gifts for. So I then thought, what a great idea. So I said, look, let me publish this, and I'll help you. This proceeds from this then will help go towards your, I'll give you some of the proceeds, and there's the book.
There we go. It's
I
The
don't
Food of
believe
Love,
you.
everybody. The book is called The Food of Love.
But you know what? You've got so many wonderful talents. I bet you're lousy in bed.
He's
Oh, you got him speechless.
Scott,
I bet you stink
Wait,
in
hey, Scott,
bed.
there. Bring Scott in. Let
Scott,
him-
here.
Hey, Scott. I watched all your
Scott,
videos.
come here.
Scott's gorgeous. Wait till you see this one, Ron. You're going to freak.
I don't freak out over gay men. I'm straight.
Yeah.
Straight to the gay room.
No, Jimmy's gay. I'm straight.
Can you just say hello?
Come and say hi, Scott. All John's fans love you.
We're live, but I've just been asked a question. Who is it? This is Scott, my husband.
Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show. Yay!
The question was, your husband is fabulous in everything he does. Everything I've said to him, do you do, he does. I said he has to be lousy in bed, terrible in bed. Or he lays there like I'm beautiful, do me, right?
He dances in bed. We got to tell you, like, he dances in bed. It's unbelievable. Drives me nuts.
Oh my God, I love your accent.
But he's fabulous in bed.
There you go. Everybody who heard it here, Actually, all the ladies, because about 100 of the people in the chat room have said they've met you at different conventions and had a hug from you, and it was like it like made their whole life. So.
Well, I believe in giving good hugs, and then, I mean, if you're going to hug somebody, there's people who hug, and when they hug, they're what I call, they do pelvis hugs, where they push the pelvis together, or there's ones who, like, bend out so you don't touch any of the bits, right. But if you're going to hug, push your crotch in on them. Everybody have a good hug.
That's called a dry hump. Dry hump.
Only if you shake a little. How do you hug?
Right.
Oh, no, don't get all weird.
Listen, you two insane people. Jimmy and I have been considered to be insane as well. I lived in Palm Springs for years, and Jimmy and I are moving back to Palm Springs this winter. We're getting a winter home there. And you guys better hang with us a little bit because you two are glorious.
Have us over.
Definitely. I cook Italian. We
What's
have
the
one
doggy's
too.
name?
I got to show
name?
you my Shazam. Shazam.
This is Captain Jack.
Hi, Captain Jack. I wonder where we got that name.
Yeah. I wonder where we got that name.
There you go. Oh my gosh, you have a Captain. You don't have an Arrow action figure too, do you?
I do. I have an Arrow action figure, one with me all hooded, and then there's one that they're doing that is not hooded, and there's a whole slew coming out.
Oh, I can't wait. I collect all that stuff. So when we move to Palm Springs, you can sign it and go in my fabulous collection. Come here, Shazam. Sit up.
No problem. You should see my garage.
Shazam.
Well, Scott's going. Bye.
Bye, Scott. Thank
Bye,
you.
Scott.
Oh, he's going to get your action figure. Bye, Scott. It was very nice to meet you. Bye.
Yeah, he's doing it.
He's trying to get our dog to show you our dog, but he won't come up now. So
he's on the show every week. Today he's being a snob.
Today he's being snobby.
Now he's going to hit the TV.
Oh, that's okay. So when are you coming to Palm Springs?
Shazam.
We were just there.
He's pulling the TV camera. We're gone.
Oh, no, we're not.
He
We're still
pulled
there.
it.
We're still okay. We're okay.
No, wait a minute. That's delayed reaction. Now the camera is
I'll
off.
fix it. So get up, Shazam.
Shazam, you're a disaster area.
Listen,
He's a Brazilian Mastiff, and he's a
very nice.
And he's a brindle, and he's the biggest love baby in the world. All he wants to do is kiss you and sit on your lap like a poodle.
Oh well, Jack and he would get along really well. Does he like to swim?
No, he hates water.
Really?
Oh no, he just likes blood. He loves blood when he bites people. No, you listen. I can't see.
Look over there.
It's not there.
Look here.
Chad took it away.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, I guess we're good. We just This is live TV. What can I tell you?
Okay.
But you guys are a riot. How do you find Palm Springs? I found it a bit quiet and dull at times until I met my crazy crowd of friends.
Well, it can be quiet, and you can make Palm Springs into what you want it. And we've got a good kind of slew of friends here, and my best friend stays here. They're actually our neighbors just down the street. At the moment, I'm in the house that we first bought that we have now given to my mom and dad, because our house is being renovated, which is down the street, and we're gutting it. And but I like Palm Springs. I like the weather. I like waking up every morning in the sunshine, and it's a great feeling, and it's nice to. It's an easy commute because I commute from Palm Springs to Vancouver. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple of flights a day to Vancouver, and I pop on a plane, go up, film, and I come back to the sunshine.
Do you find it's like a Valium? I call it Valium Valley. When I first moved there years ago, because I had a TV show for years on Time Warner Cable, Set the Record Straight, where I interviewed great celebrities. And it was stressful because these celebrities were superstars. Jane Russell, Tab Hunter, so on, Lauren Bacall. Those people, when you have on, you got to really know your shit. And I used to freak out. So we moved to Time Warner in Palm Springs. Suddenly, anyone I interviewed was an easy as cake because the valley is so tranquil.
Yeah.
You work easier.
I'm not really the most calm person in the world anyway.
No, but John, don't you work easier? Like if you're on the phone doing a business deal, don't you feel different as if you were in L.A., which is hustle, or New York, which is full of energy?
Yes, but I'm still ballsy. When I'm talking business, it's completely different for me. I know what you're saying. I do relax a bit more, but the one thing, Scott, I'll tell you is I never relax. I'm always thinking about doing something. But I like the atmosphere here. We swim every day. We have a routine where we have our coffee every morning. You know, I say we lie in bed. I was up at 6 this morning.
Right. Most people do in Palm Springs because they jog and they play golf. It's an early bird town.
Yeah.
Sidewalks roll in at 9. We had a beautiful house in Palm Springs with the pool, and that's what I liked was at night. When it's 103 at night and you swim nude in the pool and it's right off the bedroom, figure the rest out. So, you know, it's even though Jimmy is older than I, it's okay.
Yes.
He's pretty good.
You're going to get away with that?
I just let him think all of that. I don't worry about it. So how long have you guys been together?
I'm terrible with numbers and years, but my fans will know better than I. I think it's something like 20.
Oh my God, you got to be kidding.
6 years or something, 25, 26.
How
That's
old
awesome.
are you? You look like a kid.
I'm 107.
No, I'm 107. You have to be younger.
No, literally, you met him when you were like 20.
I don't.
We met in our mid-20s, and I'll be 49 in March, and Scott's.
Oh, bitch, you look great. Who's your doctor? I need his name.
Yeah, right.
I need your plastic surgeon's name. I need a lift. My face is going down to my nuts now.
They say you were 22. They say you were 22 when you met him.
Oh my
The chat room.
God, you
And
look
Scott-
fabulous. You know,
Scott's 4 years older than me.
That's
earlier
awesome.
I described you. I didn't want to be a vicious evil queen, but I described you earlier. And I said, you're really not good looking, that you have all prosthetics on your face. They put the cheekbones on, the cleft is fake. It's all rubber. And if anybody ever met you in person, to sort of like peel it off and you'll see there's a really ugly guy underneath that gorgeous face. So we did a whole big joke about it. Now I'm starting to believe you have all prosthetics all over your face because you don't look 26 years old, you son of a bitch. I hate your guts.
There's a portrait in the attic, and it looks horrible.
Mine too. If you knew my age, you'd pass out. But of course, I don't reveal my age.
I mean, everybody knows you.
I'm 75 years old.
Shut up, you're nuts.
Yes,
You look.
yeah.
I mean, you do not look that at all.
And we queens never age. We just disappear. We fade away. We fade into.
We fade away, darling.
On Russell. Oh, she disappeared. She just flew away. I have fabulous parties at my Palm Springs house with lots of celebrity guests, and I'd like you to be on that list because you're a riot.
When we move,
You'd be good for parties. You know, you give to the party. Most of my friends come, they drink and pass out. They don't give anything to the party. Or they,
Why do you think I'd be any different?
Right. Or they pick up.
I've seen you performing everywhere you go. There's like a million YouTube videos about you and interviews and you doing all these like fabulous, like wonderful like things. So I would imagine that you would be just like you are now, like the life of the party.
Right. Now, John, let's get serious for 2 seconds because I have a passion in my life. That is to get to the world that gay people are not what they stereotypically portray us as. You, my friend, are a wonderful example of a gay man because you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're successful, and your behavior and your look is fabulous. This is what I'm presenting to everybody. Last week we had on the fabulous actor John Lindstrom, who put out a movie that we're pushing for them about gay men getting married and being normal, and it's okay to be gay and married. Now, Jimmy and I are married, you and Scott are married, and we're showing the world that we're nice people. We get married and live just like them. This is my passion, and I know that you feel the same way because when you opened up with I Am Who I Am, you did that little speech about screw you, I'm not changing, I am who I am. If you don't like it, step aside, I have a life to live. And that's true. My motto. That's how I feel. So for that, my friend, alone, I'm going to cook you the most delicious lasagna, eggplant dinner you ever ate in your life.
I love in fact, I had eggplant parmesan last night. I made
eggplant tower for you. It's delicious.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Because I love you already. I love you because you believe what I believe, and you really are so talented. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass either. You are so talented. I am so impressed by you that I have to tell you this again. I think you're sensational. And I'm
Thank you very much.
Romantic.
Well, I'm a firm believer that no one has the right to deny you of who you are, and if they do, you have a right to speak up and return the kind of anything in the way that, for instance, if someone's a nasty asshole to you, then you can be a nasty asshole back to them. I firmly believe that. However, one of the things that my father and mother, when I was growing up, they always told me, they said, look, the way that you can not be denied anything in life is to be good at what you do. And my dad said, whether you're a janitor, whether you are a bus driver, whether you make dresses, whether you do somebody's hair, whether you're an actor, whether you're a presenter, whatever, if you do it well, nobody can deny you anything. And that's the way I've kind of lived my life. But also, I do believe that, for so many years, there's been so many people, even before me, who started the whole movement. Yes, there are different types of gay men out there, but there are also gay men like myself and Scott.
Yes, they never show gay guys like you.
Well, no, because it's easier to show. It's easier to show the stereotype because it's comfortable for people to see the flouncy gay man because he's funny. He's not threatening. Whereas a guy like myself who could go out and play a game of football with somebody else and probably whip their ass at it, that's more threatening.
That's what we like to see. That's what the world needs to see.
My Jimmy is a tennis star. He played professional tennis. He whips everybody's ass. We were in Hilton Head with a friend of ours who was a doctor, and he kept saying, "Oh, I'll whip Jimmy's ass. I'll whip his ass." Probably figuring he's a faggot. What is he going to do with a tennis racket? Well, he has a torn meniscus because of it. He was knocking that ball all over the place, and the doctor lost. So yes, gay people are not all frail AIDS victims dying of AIDS in drag or cruising Macy's bathroom 7th floor. But there are other kinds of gay people, and that's what I want.
You guys are a great example of it.
Yeah, well, that's my legacy. I want to give to the world. I was at Stonewall. I'm a rebel. I've always been a rebel. I had to do it in the closet. When I had my show Set the Record Straight, it was advised to me by my producer not to come out as gay. I said, "What do you think? They're blind and stupid? I mean, take one look at me. I look like a fruit. I mean, how can I possibly come off as, what do you want? Okay, I'm going to talk like this. And now we have Lauren Bacall here. And Lauren, what do you think about Humphrey Bogart screwing you 2 times a week? You can't do that. I am who I am, like you.
Yeah. No,
I'm a boy in an old man's body.
And don't ever change.
Absolutely.
No, we're crazy.
Don't ever change. It's a lot of things have changed an awful lot, and the thing that has happened in the last couple of years, Scott and I have always said, once the dominoes start falling, then there's no stopping the change, and the dominoes have started falling, and more people are realizing that you can't deny people of who they are, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender. You cannot put them in a corner anymore. You can't put us in a corner because you know what? We will fight. And the thing is, so many of us out there are in jobs that are powerful and control things. And you know what? We won't stand for it anymore. So that's the way of the future is, in fact, it's very interesting because when you hear politicians talking now, they never really, like, for instance, I listen to all the politicians so that I have an idea. That's my belief that you should know about everybody in order to make the decision and also to vote in a correct way. So last night we listened to Donald Trump to hear what he was talking about. And I just found it very interesting that, not that I agree with a lot of what he says, but what is interesting is that he talks about Elton John, and it's no big deal. Now, when did a Republican, before and generations before, talk about a gay man like it was his best friend? Right?
Never. But don't forget, these days are different from the old days. And I went to Rock Hudson's house for a party. Okay, and this is in Palm Springs, by the way. You know where his house is.
I know where his house is, yeah.
His lover is still there. In fact, I went to a party there about 3 years ago. And I asked someone, why is it Rock Hudson never came out? And you know what the answer was? Because in 1955, nobody would believe it. Because nobody knew what gay was. They thought gay was a guy with thin eyebrows, eye makeup, and walk like a fairy. They had no idea that men like Rock Hudson are as gay as anybody else because it wasn't publicized, it wasn't talked about. Today, you can't fool anyone. If you're gay, everybody reads your beads. Gay is so open.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's the fact that everybody, because there's a lot of gay people that I know who, if I walked past them in the street, I wouldn't know that they were gay. I think also the thing with Rock Hudson and that generation was the fact that they were told not to say anything, but also gay people were looked on as having a disease. They weren't looked on as being a part of society. They were looked on as being medically, imbalanced.
Right.
And that was where it all derived from. It wasn't that a lot, and also a lot of people didn't want to be, come out of the closet at that time because it would not have been accepted. So I don't know if it's so much that people wouldn't have believed that Rock Hudson was gay. I think it's more so the fact that he wasn't allowed to be the gay man that he wanted to be.
But the point I was trying to make is that America was so not educated about what a gay person is. He looked straight. I knew the guy. Matter of fact, I was on a set in Universal, and I went to visit his set just to watch them shoot when he did Macmillan and Wife. And there was a piece that he didn't care for in the script, and he said, "I don't like this. I think it's a bit effeminate." He said, "Could we do it this way?" He wouldn't even do "Oh, I love it," because that's effeminate to him. He would have to say "Well, I think it's good."
Yeah, but also remember, and I'm probably treading on very thin ice here at the moment, but I do speak my mind and I do have an opinion. He was also caught up in his own lie and his own fear of coming out, because that's why he didn't want to say things that he deemed to be effeminate or to be gay, because he was telling a lie to everybody and he went along with it.
But what flipped me out is there was a club called La Vie en Rose in Hollywood that he used to go to. You could see.
Of course, but that's the whole thing. They were just, everybody protected each other and everybody. But I think we are so well past that. I mean, there's still other actors that I know who are still in the closet.
Absolutely, we know a lot of them.
And are afraid to come out. And you know what? It's not our job to out them, because it may be, if they're doing it because they think it's going to be detrimental to their career and to their work, then that's stupid and that sucks, because you being open and out could help somebody. Whereas if you're doing it because of an emotional issue for yourself or for a family member, that's completely different, and that's none of our business. So everybody needs their own time and their own space to do it. But if you're doing it because you think it's going to be detrimental to your career, wake up and smell the fucking coffee.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about your career. You're out, and I'm going to let Jimmy tell all our listeners exactly what it is you've done, what you will do, and what you're all about professionally.
First of all, I have just a general question, because I'm a superhero freak. I collect them. When I was a kid, I had a comic book club. I love superhero stuff. Did you always, because you're in a lot of superhero type movies and TV shows and stuff is that something that you actually have always liked, or is it something that you kind of fell into and you're really good at it?
I have been a superhero comic book fan. My friend, as I was growing up, Ross Von Hoff and Scott Von Hoff, when I was about 8-9 years old, when I first moved to the States, we used to go down every Thursday afternoon when they would deliver all the new comic books in at the drugstore next to the A&P supermarket in Aurora, Illinois. And that's when in the drugstore there was a rack with about 4 different things going around, and you spun it,
right?
And you would see the comic books, and we would choose the comic books. We'd go back, we'd put them in the plastic bags, and we'd take them out carefully then, and we'd read them, and then pass them on to each other. I've been a fan of this kind of genre since I was a kid, and it goes back to even before Doctor Who was popular with the sci-fi world here in the States. I watched it as a kid, as all other British kids did, hiding behind the sofa, and never ever thought that one day I would, number one, be on the TARDIS and become one of the most iconic companions in the Doctor Who world, or become this villain on a DC TV show. And it's mind-blowing, because I've honestly, my fans know this because I've said it before, I'm somebody who is actually living the dream that they dreamt about as a kid.
Absolutely.
We all are in show business.
In the chat room, they want to know, because who was your favorite superhero growing up? Do you have a favorite?
I had a difficult time, because we used to play with the Amigo figures, the 6-inch Amigo figures, and you're gonna laugh at this. I didn't want to be Thor because he looked too much like Cheryl Ladd's doll from Charlie's Angels. I was somebody like, I was Captain America, I was Spider-Man, I was, if I was going to be the villain, I wanted to be the Riddler or the Joker, because the Riddler had that fantastic green outfit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it goes, I mean, it sounds wacky, but if I had to choose a favorite, I'm torn, because at my bedside, Scott and I it's packed away at the moment because the other house is being done, but Scott has a DC comic encyclopedia at the side of his bed, and I have the Marvel one at the side of mine. Now, I put them there because it's always good to flip-flop. You know what I'm saying?
I like both, so I'm okay with that. I'm a both.
Yeah. So we go back and forth, and I have it at his side because I'm the one who does all the reading. So I'm torn when it comes to making a decision and choosing my favorite. But as a kid,
how about pick a? It doesn't have.
I love Iron Man. I absolutely love Iron Man.
I have about 100 Iron Man figures. Do a Marvel character that you like a lot and a DC character like you a lot, and that way you get to pick one of each.
DC character that I like a lot is obscure, a little obscure, is Aquaman.
Me too. I have the coolest Aquaman figures.
I have got Aquaman going back. I've got, I even had Patrick Duffy sign something for me when I met him.
Oh, wow.
And if I had to say for Marvel, I'm torn between Iron Man and Captain America. But okay. Captain America, I have to go. I love the imagery of Captain America. What I love about Captain America is that he's not a superhero who has, yes, he's got super ability, but he's not someone who can fly or he can, fire things, out of his wrist. He's somebody who has developed his power and his shield, and he fights that way and protects that way rather than having some kind of superpower.
I've always liked the sidekick, so like I always liked Bucky, and I like Robin, and I like the Teen Titans. Was my favorite DC thing was the Teen
Titans is great.
And so like I like all of that. So now you're on Arrow.
How about Flash Gordon? Nobody cares about Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon is he's okay. He's all right.
That's his favorite.
Listen,
Flash Gordon.
John, listen, John, before I rip your face off, where did you get the cleft in your chin and those friggin' dimples? I hate you. You have everything. Why wasn't I born looking like you?
I call this, in the makeup trailer for Arrow, I call it my butt chin.
No, why wasn't I born looking like you?
I have no idea. That's
okay.
I really don't think I could be your friend because I'm jealous. You're too handsome.
No, you'd be fine. I'll ugly myself up a little bit. Don't worry.
Yeah, just take off all the plaster you have on your plastic pieces you have on your face.
So let's talk
take
about
out your teeth. They're too beautiful.
Let's talk about Arrow. Let's go to Arrow a little bit then. Okay, so you're on Arrow. It's like the hottest show on TV. You get little cameos on Flash. You're like the. It's so funny because I have a sister and a nephew, and they're really religious, so they don't watch a lot of television. But Doctor Who is their favorite, and for some reason they let them watch Arrow. And so I told my sister, wow, like I have John Barrowman coming on. Do you know who he is? And they knew like everything about him. My nephew knows everything about you. And they were like,
gay?
And no, they don't know that he's gay.
Oh, when they find that out, they'll hate him because they're born again Christians.
Okay, you don't have
really
to go into
heavy duty stuff. I mean, very heavy duty stuff.
You don't have to go into all of that. I don't want to go into all of that.
I have a sister who lives.
Wait. I don't want.
I want to get quick. I have a sister who lives in California. Hasn't spoken to me in 11 years because I told her I was gay. So there you go.
Anyway, they love you.
Her loss.
Oh,
that's
absolutely
right,
her loss because
my nephew loves you. So I asked them what they thought of you, and they were like, they like you in Doctor Who so much better because you're such a good bad guy. Like, and you don't really play a bad guy a lot. So, and like you're evil, dude. Like in Arrow, you're so evil. I can't even believe how evil you are. I love it. I mean, I think it's the only time like I watch a show and I'm like rooting for the bad guy.
Well, I mean, I appreciate it because that's what I want people to do. I want people to think that, well, and the reaction has been exactly what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that he was a likable bad guy, that you knew he had trouble and problems, but he was actually trying to do good, but it's just gone completely wrong. However, he's very much like Captain Jack from Doctor Who in the way that he's ruthless about his conviction. Whereas Captain Jack goes about it in the right way, Malcolm Merlyn just doesn't he just does it and does it in a way that is it's thought out, but it's too manipulative, and that's what the difference is. Malcolm's more manipulative. Captain Jack is very straightforward.
Actually, all your fans are saying that he's just a misunderstood hero, Malcolm.
That's exactly right, and that's the way I try to play him, because the best response that I get from Malcolm Merlin is when people come up to me when I'm at conventions or when they see me, even silly things like in the supermarket, people will come up to me and go, oh, I hate you. And I'm like, really? And they go, yeah, but I love you. It's so difficult. I can't decide.
That's like me. I hate you via dimples, but I love you as a friend. You're very nice. But if you got rid of the dimples and the cleft, you'd be nicer.
So let's say a congratulations to then. I read that you were appointed member of the Order of the British Empire for services to entertainment and charity.
That is correct.
Last year, so congratulations to that. And I want to move over a little bit. I mean, everybody knows, since all the fans listening, everybody knows, like, you've been in all these The Lovely and all these, like, great things, and now you're the star of Arrow, and I'm sure there's many great things on the forefront. And I'm sure they all know that you're singers, but for people who don't know, like, dude, you're a phenomenal singer.
Thank you.
He has, just for people who know, he has at least
9.
4 CDs on iTunes, at least 4.
Yeah, but in the 4 over here in the States, and then in the UK, I think I've done a total of about 9.
And your latest one, You Raise Me Up, it's got like, actually we played This Is the Moment from it. For people, a little bit before.
I loved it. I loved your idea of it.
We played What About Us, This Is the Moment, I Am What I Am,
Yep.
and Captain Jack the Doctor and I took the videos off of YouTube.
Wait, we didn't talk.
Nice.
We didn't talk about when you did it in drag. I mean, I didn't get a good shot of your picture of you in drag, but I don't think you're going to make a very beautiful woman. Most handsome men don't. Did you?
I'll tell you what.
It's Lacage, everybody, so you know what he's talking about.
Were you a beautiful woman when you did Lacage?
It's weird for me to say whether I was or wasn't, but the fans who are there, look at their response. For those of you who saw me in Lacage, was I a beautiful woman? Or a beautiful Zaza.
See, that's not really like fair, because they like you so much that they're all like, you know.
No, some of them will be honest.
They're saying hot, hell yeah, yes.
Because we saw a picture of you, but it's
somebody said nope. One person said nope.
See, there's always an opinion. I'm trying to think if.
Yes, Crystal says she's a lesbian and she knows a hot woman. She thought you were hot.
I love it when I can get the lesbians on my side. I think I was. I do. I modeled the different when we were going through the process of putting me in the show, and we started working with the outfits. We based the outfits. They said to me, "Who are some of your iconic women that in your kind of past that you've kind of watched and grown with?" And I said, "Well." If I were to tell you right off the top of my head, I'm going to give you a list. And so we did Anne Margaret, we did a Joan Collins, we did also Carol Channing, and when I just went through these different iconic women and ones that made me laugh or that I thought were very beautiful. And then we hit Crystal Carrington. So each outfit that I had on, we modeled them after those particular women. And in each part of the show, when Zaza was in one of the costumes, it sounds bizarre, but I kind of not only was being just myself, but I channeled those kind of caricatures of those women, and that was how it went.
Actually, though, everybody in the chat room is saying that even the people who said they didn't think you were a beautiful woman said you have the most beautiful legs, which Ron has beautiful legs when he does drag also. And are you wearing?
Let me interrupt that. Stop. Halt. We just got back from California. My very, very dear friend, Danae Montague King, of the name of the corporation that makes all the beautiful face crap to keep you young.
BMK Cosmetics.
He got married in drag, and I was the matron of honor. Now, I haven't done drag in many years. I used to impersonate Jane Russell many years ago professionally, and I was fabulous. Now it's 20 years later. I'm older. I look like an old Italian lady going to a wedding in Brooklyn. If I tell you Gumata Jenny would have been my name, I said to Danae, tear down every picture of me. Do not put it on television. Do not put it on Facebook. I'll break your ass if anybody puts that ugly old broad on screen. So most of my friends said to me, it's true, you looked like an old lady in drag. As a man, you look young. So there you go.
Wait. Well, hold on. Because are you wearing shorts or pants right now?
I am wearing
They all want. That's it. They all want to see your legs. So there you go, everybody. There you go.
I mean,
John
they're not.
Barrowman's
These legs are hairy at the moment but I got good calf.
There you go, everybody. So now you can see they're all loving it. They all ask, like 10 people asked me to have you show them their legs. So
yeah, now they're going to ask you to show your ass.
no, they don't. No, they won't.
Yeah, they will, but I'm not.
Good for you. Keep them wanting more. That's what I say. Keep them wanting more.
So let's talk though a little bit about your music real quick, because like you're a phenomenal singer. You have all these albums. You performed. We played a clip with you at the Royal Albert Hall. Because it's got to be kind of difficult to like go back and forth between being like actor and then famous singer all at once.
You guys are going to hate me for these kind of answers. I don't think so. I take it so easily as it comes. I don't pressure myself in that way to think, oh my God, I've got to do this now. Oh my God, I got to do that.
I could see that personality.
I have such great joy. Sorry.
I want to push it on to something else before we go off. What was the Queen like? And I don't mean the drag queens. I mean the real Queen of England. What was the mother like, Adam?
I've met the Queen a couple of times, but when I got my MBE, I actually got it, was bestowed with it from Princess Anne. And the reason, because I do a lot of my charity work with her, but I've met the Queen on numerous occasions, and she's lovely and very, very, she's the Queen. Come on, you can't be like, what's up, girl?
So you didn't walk in and kiss her and grab her boobs.
No, I didn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all.
Yes, and say, hey, let's go, babe.
No. You would have been manhandled to the floor and thrown out of the palace.
Right. So you have to watch your P's and Q's with her.
Well, you have respect. It's the Queen of England, and she's our monarch, and you bestow a certain amount of respect on her, and that's just how it is.
You couldn't say to her like, gee, I can't talk to you now. I got to pee.
Well, you could, but you'd probably say, excuse me, Mom, I have to go use the men's room.
There you go. Hold on. We've only got like 3 minutes, and I have two things. Number one,
John, terrific, John.
Somebody in the chat room wants to know, when's your next album pledge going to be? Does that mean there's another album in the works?
Well, I've talked about, yes, I want to do another album, and I was thinking about it the other day, but if I do the pledge, it's going to be a very different pledge than I did before, because I don't have time to do any of the other things that I did before. So, it's asking a lot of the fans, and I don't know if it's really fair of me to do that. So I'm thinking I'm thinking about it.
Okay, and then I'm a horror movie fan besides superheroes.
That's horror.
Horror. How do you say horror?
Like
How do you say horror movie?
Horror.
Horror. Okay.
He says horror.
So
like he's a whore.
He might like those movies too on a Friday night at 10:30 before I go to sleep. I like them myself.
I love them, and so you have Shark Attack 3 Megalodon, and I actually have it, thank God, because I went on eBay. It's packed away, so I don't know where it is, and I thought, I'm going to order it anyway just to have it, and I went on eBay, and dude, it's $90 on eBay to buy that film. It's out of print.
I know, because they only made so many of them, and it's become one of the top 10 classic B movies in history, and also that line that I said has become one of the top 5.
Okay, say it for us.
I'm so wired. What do you say I take you home and eat your pussy? And that was I did it as a joke because they wanted me to get a reaction out of the girl I was with, and the mother they kept it in.
So Butch, every woman got wet listening to this show. They're all sitting there soaking wet. That was so
Hey,
Butch.
Chad, hey,
oh
Chad.
my God, you shocked the
Hey,
hell
Chad,
out
how
of
much
me.
time do I have, Chad?
I think that's a right.
Minutes.
John.
Hey, wait.
Wait.
Chad, how much time do I have?
We've got to meet when we get to
Couple minutes.
Springs.
Okay.
Or I'll call Brooklyn and have you killed.
Well, I've got Twitter. I can DM you guys on Twitter. Don't worry, and you can let me know when you're here.
We will have a rocking time, because off the air we're even crazier than we are on the air, and that's pretty.
Something tells me you're a little crazy there, boy.
John, I intend to push you like crazy, because I believe in what you believe in, and this will be edited by tomorrow, and it'll be on YouTube for the world to see, this interview. Plus, Jimmy will tell you how many, couple of million viewers we have.
We have a lot of
people.
people
We're all over the place.
What's the name of your agent in England?
Gavin Barker.
Okay, we want to thank Gavin Barker
Yes,
for
Gavin,
helping set
thank
this
you.
whole interview up, everybody. You guys love John Barrowman. Follow him on Twitter. It's at @team_Barrowman. His website is www.johnbarrowman.com. Go out and buy all his music,
Yes,
buy all his
he's a
movies,
great guy.
watch everything he does. He's a super great guy. We want to thank you for coming on the Jimmy Star Show and say goodbye to all the people in the chat
and John,
room.
come back again when you have something you want to talk about.
I will. I'll come back when my sister and I are releasing we're doing 4 books.
Okay, it's an open invitation, baby.
Let me ask you a question.
Thank you very much.
Real
What?
quick, are your books in audiobook format?
There's 2 of them in audiobook format, but that's the first series, which we've just finished up, and we're starting a brand new series, which will be coming out later on in the year.
I'm going to send you some information because I actually run one of the largest audiobook companies in the world.
Oh, good. But also, my sister and I are writing, we're doing a comic book. All I'll say is a comic book for DC.
Yeah, that's you heard it here, you guys, on the Jimmy Star Show. All right, John. Thank you so much. Our love to Scott. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you very much.
Nice meeting you, John.
Lots of love. Thanks, everybody in the chat rooms. Bye.
Bye.
Fun show. Bye-bye, John. You're
All
a
right,
riot.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Great guy.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Jimmy Star Show. Hope you like John Barrowman. That was badass, wasn't it, Chad?
Yeah, another good show, Jimmy.
It's a fun show.
Hey, everybody. Next week we have Skeet Ulrich and Betsy Russell coming on. Everybody tuned into the chat room, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Have a great week, and the show will be up on the Jimmy Star's World tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
To Jimmy Star, he'll dress you right. You'll feel like a star. We'll hook you up. Now you look sexy. Your game is tight. Gonna get laid tonight. You need Jimmy Star. Jimmy Star. You need Jimmy Star.
What a great guest. If all our guests were like him, I'd be in heaven. Imagine, he had such energy and funny and
Chad, wasn't he good?
wild. Chad passed out.
No, he didn't.
Chad.
He's still cutting it.
All right, you're clear.
Chad, wasn't that awesome?
Good stuff. Yeah, he was cool, no doubt.
We had 100 people in the chat room, Chad. We never had 100 people except for when we had that guy from Twilight on.
Where'd you see that number?
Huh?
On the screen.
The bottom right corner. I see it now.
Now there's 98, but there were 100.
Wow, good for you guys. Yeah, you guys definitely rule W4CY, no doubt.
Yeah, that was freaking
No,
sweet.
he was really a good guest and funny and terrific and not conceited and just, really wild.
Great character.
And we'll be friends with him. I want to be friends with him because he's cool.
But
And when we have our
Sorry.
Springs, we'll hang out.
So, Chad, send it to me as soon as you can. I'll get it up. Thank you so
Chad.
much,
Good job.
Chad. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Later, Ronnie.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chad. See you next week.
Peace out.